Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Greene. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Greene is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
Why do so many businesses struggle while others seem to explode overnight? Do you wish you had the secret to this type of exponential growth? Now, I've scaled more than 20 businesses to over $100 million, and it's not just luck. In my new book with Mark Tim, Mentor to Millions, you'll learn the repeatable framework I use in all my business ventures for massive success. Order at kevinmentor.com and get over $1,000 in bonuses. Head to kevinmentor.com.
Welcome to the podcast. This is your host, Seth Greene. Today I have the good fortune to be joined by Brandon Leibowitz of SEO Optimizers. Brandon, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me on today.
Our pleasure. Let's go back in time a little bit. How did you get started?
I just kind of fell into the digital marketing. Wasn't planning on it, but got my degree in business marketing. And the first job I got out of school was helping a company doing their digital marketing, helping out with SEO, doing social media, running paid ads, helping out with email marketing, kind of doing it all for them. And after working there for a few months, just realized that everyone's probably going to have a website in the future. This is back in 2007. And that there's a lot of different ways to get traffic, but SEO is just a way to get free traffic, and just focused on that ever since, working at different advertising agencies as the director of SEO. And before work or after work and on my lunch breaks, I would work in my own company, building it up and getting my own website ranked on Google so I could start getting new leads and clients, and built it up to where I was able to eventually quit my job and focus solely on this, and been doing that ever since.
Well, congratulations. I'm sure the longer version of that story could probably be in a book somewhere, or it should. So who's an ideal client for SEO Optimizers?
It would be anyone with a viable product or service. That's the main thing, is making sure that you have a product or service that people search for on Google, because if people aren't searching for it, then we got to figure out new ways of driving awareness. But as long as it's something that a legitimate product or service, could help out with that ranking on Google.
Awesome. And is there any particular niche that you have a lot of clients in, or an industry or a vertical that you've built up some type of specialty in?
Not really. I mean, I have some that I get more than others, but not focused on one specific industry, because with SEO, it's really the same tactics. It's just changing the keywords from, like, if you're a doctor versus a auto mechanic body shop, changing it up. Or with the backlinks, if you're a doctor, we want health related websites. If you're a mechanic, we want or websites related to mechanics or cars or whatever it may be.
Absolutely. So what are the most common misconceptions out there about SEO?
There's a lot out there because nobody really knows how it works. Google keeps it top secret, and they update their algorithm every single day. So what works today doesn't necessarily work tomorrow. And there's over 200 ranking factors that go into Google. But what really matters is who's on that first page of Google and what have they done to get there. Because if we just try to figure out what Google's doing, it's going to constantly change and we're never going to figure it out. But we could look on Google, search for your keywords, see who's on that first page of Google. Those are your competitors online, and try to look at their strategies, because I could see everything you're doing. You could see everything I'm doing if you look in the right places.
So what type of impact can that have? I know you've got some amazing case studies and testimonials over the years. Can you talk about kind of a client, this is what they hired you for, or what their problem was, how you helped them solve it, and then kind of like the magical transformation you were able to pull off?
Yeah, I had one client that it's been around for a long time. They had a website, but they never got any traction. They were doing fine through word of mouth and other ways, but their website just never performed. And by going in, cleaning up all the coding, doing all the things that Google wants to see, building the right type of backlinks, all of a sudden Google saw that this website that's been around for over 20 something years now has been properly optimized and instantly pretty much shot up the rankings and got them ranked really quickly. Usually it takes some time, but the older the website, the more authority and trust that's been built up over the years. So Google was just waiting for them to do the right things and the right signals, and pretty much just shot them up to that first page of Google for a majority of their keywords. And they just saw a lot more leads coming in. Their phone started ringing a lot more and really got them to an even higher level. They were already doing fine without the SEO, but doing the SEO just tapped into a new market that they didn't even really realize existed, of all the people that search online for their product or service or for their service.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations on that. So you mentioned the algorithm changes, and there's over 200 ranking factors. How do you stay on top of all of that?
That is where you just got to read and test things out. So, or listen to podcasts, watch videos, go into different blogs, forums, Facebook groups, wherever it may be, but talking with other people that are doing similar things, doing SEO, and just trying to bounce ideas off them, see if they notice any big changes, because most of these changes are so tiny that they're not that important. But every few months, they do a big one where that's a big algorithm update. And that's where you have to worry about it. But for the most part, all the tiny ones are just little tweaks and optimizations that no one really notices.
That makes a lot of sense. Talk a little bit about, you started this working by yourself for yourself. Talk a little bit about the team at SEO Optimizers.
Built it up over the years where it was just me for a while, just doing everything. And then I realized I can't do everything. You got to have a team that helps and delegate some things, like, because SEO is a lot of content marketing. So writing a lot of articles, blogs, or just any type of content. And there's only so much time in the day to write content. And then you have to do all other aspects of SEO that Google's looking for. So built that up with a big team of writers that are all really high qualified and specialized in writing content that resonates with people and they're industry specific. So it's not just writing generalized content, but content is such a big part of the digital market or SEO that got to make sure you have a good team, and then have some people that help me out just kind of with other little tasks. But the biggest one is that content. Got to have a good team that can help out with writing original content.
How often should we as business owners be, that you talk about content? Is that posts? Is that blogs? What type of content works the best, and how often should we be creating it?
It could be any type of content, whether it's like articles, blogs, podcasts, videos, but Google and the search engines, they can't really read anything other than text. So if you're just doing videos, it's going to be hard for them to understand what that video is about. They're getting better at it, but they're not there yet. So content really means text. So writing text out and updating your blog once a month just to keep it updated so Google sees that there's fresh original content on the website. But it all comes down to text with everything for SEO for now. We'll see what happens in the future. But right now, the more text you have, the easier it is for them to read and understand and know what keywords you're trying to focus on.
So does that mean we should be blogging, for example, more frequently, and it should be longer form content?
I would blog like once a month just to keep the blog updated. If you could do more, that's great. But at least once a month just to keep your website updated with some fresh content. And usually longer form content performs better in the search engines, but it also depends, like, what are you writing about? If you're just writing, like if your topic is what is 2 + 2, you probably don't need to write a lot of content. You probably get away with a couple hundred words. But if you're writing an article about how to fix your car transmission, you could probably write a couple thousand words on it. So just trying to find that balance of how much content is needed to actually solve the problem that someone's searching for. Because in the past, people are just like, write 400 words. That's like the standard, but it's really got right for the user and how much content needs to be there for them to properly understand and get the full grasp of what that topic is.
How important in those 200 ranking factors is, let's say, how much time someone spends on our website and, the bounce rate, how fast they leave?
That is something that Google can't really see. Well, they could see how many people come to your website and left immediately from a Google search and that bounce rate, but your overall website bounce rate, they can't see unless you have Google Analytics installed, which hopefully everyone has some sort of tracking installed. But if someone searches on your website, searches on Google for a keyword, clicks on your website, and then leaves immediately, that's a negative signal to Google saying, hey, this page is not what they were looking for whatever reason. It might have loaded slowly, or content doesn't look good on mobile if they're on a mobile device, or it's just too much text or whatever it may be. But if someone goes on Google, clicks on your website and stays there, that's a positive signal to Google.
Your passion for what you're doing is obvious. What do you like best about what you're doing?
I like helping people get more traffic to the website. So watching them grow and watching their businesses take off, and just, like helping them out. And also like the freelance aspect of it initially, when I was able to work work full time at a company, and then before work or after work, I could just go to like a restaurant nearby and be like, hey, do you want some help ranking on Google? As long as I'm not working full time at my company for a restaurant, then there's no conflict of interest, and I was able to pick up clients and kind of live that digital nomad life for a little bit.
For our folks watching or listening who want help with getting their website ranked, where is the best place for them to start learning about you?
I'd say come to my website, and for everyone that's listening or watching, I create a special gift for them if they go to my website at SEOoptimizers.com. That's SEOoptimizers.com/gift. And they can find that there along with my contact information and a bunch of classes I've done over the years. They could watch those all for free and see step by step how to do a lot of stuff that we've been talking about, because there's a lot that goes into digital marketing, and I record a bunch of topics or videos and throw them all up there for free.
Awesome. Well, we will send everybody to SEOoptimizers.com/gift. Brandon, anything else you want to share that I haven't thought to ask you yet?
I would say just be patient with digital. It takes time, especially with SEO. It is more of a long-term process where it's not immediate results. If you're looking for that immediate growth, then social media or paid ads are going to get you that traction a lot faster. But SEO is more of building it up, and building it up. And it takes time to build up that trust from Google to get them to rank you. But once you get that trust, then Google's going to start ranking you. It's just patience is very important with all this.
Awesome. Well, we greatly appreciate your time. We know it's incredibly valuable. This has been Seth Greene here with Brandon Leibowitz from SEOoptimizers.com/gift. Brandon, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me on today.
Thanks everybody for watching or listening. We will talk to you or see you next time.
Do you need money to fund your idea, product, or service? Are you ready to take your business to the next level, but need capital to get it done? Kevin Harrington has heard more than 50,000 pitches and knows how to help you make the perfect pitch to get the funding for your entrepreneurial dream. He's distilled the process down in his perfect pitch cheat sheet, and it's yours for free. Just text PITCH to him right now at 727-888-2100. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free perfect pitch cheat sheet. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 to start funding your dream today.
This show has been produced by Market Domination, LLC. To discover how you can have your own show completely done for you and turn it into a real published book and become the authority in your marketplace, go to www.marketdominationllc.com/podcast offer.